What is going on? I'm ZMOT. Need to clear a couple things up quickly here. First and foremost, you know the drill. Code ZMOT, every single Supercell source. Next up, the bunker has been causing problems for so many of you. They changed the interface, they got rid of that apply button, and it broke some of your brains. I get it. I'll show you how to get troops in your bunker. I thought this was obvious. Things that everyone thinks are obvious are never, ever obvious. So that clear button used to be an apply button. If you want to put troops in your bunker, you just put them in. Then you click somewhere else. And then when you come back, the troops are in there. So there's no need to apply. Once they're in, they're in. You just select the troops and then move away. Whether you want to click on the X in the top right-hand corner or click over here on your name or just click somewhere besides the bunker and it loads it up with troops. Have had a hugely surprising number of people that couldn't get that rockin' and rollin'. Next up, iOS 18 beta is out, and with it, it brings the game mode. You can turn the game mode on and off. I wanted to let you guys know that iOS 18 beta does work well with Boom Beach. There have been instances in the past where it actually crashes Boom Beach, so I always install it nice and early. That way you guys can figure out from there. Hopefully that helps some of you. Speaking of helping some of you, I have been losing to everyone, losing to terrible players, losing to terrible attacks, and I wanted to show you my number one mistake in my tech tree. So this is it right here. So I wanted to rush down in here towards shocks. It was good until it wasn't good. As the bases now have giant amounts of building health, they have 2 sky shields, they've got shock mines, they've got building damage. You need bullets. So if you are behind on the Seekers and you're thinking about going to 5 engine rooms, this is the path that you probably maybe should be going. Go like this. That is going to be the way to get down into whatever that's called. Holy, what just happened there? Did I just draw a dotted line somehow? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, so this is the path you want to take up in here. That's going to get you down to barrage and up to building health, and it's going to get you bullet, because there are some of those dirty bases that you just can't beat without bullet. Maybe you can, but I can't. I'm a pretty good Seeker player. I've gotten within 17 keys of diamond, and I just keep falling out because I get frustrated and just do dumb things. So you probably want to go get bullet. I am just going to keep forging ahead. I get troop damage in the next 2 keys. I'm hoping that's going to solve my problems, but I kind of doubt it, because Seekers are so fickle once you get into those dirty bases. And 2 sky shields with shock mines and shock launchers and building health and building damage without bullet to distract, you just end up sitting there watching. Artillery helps a little bit. I'm still getting used to using artillery. I end up forgetting that I have it at some points. I'm also throwing barrages when I'm supposed to be throwing shocks, which makes me want to throw my tablet. And that's just kind of how things are going right now. So this person has 2... So if you get sick and tired of trying to search and find if they have shock mines, just count the number of boom cannons. If they have 4 boom cannons, they don't have shock mines. Easy way to do it. Also make sure, gosh darn sure, that you are scouting. If you're not scouting, you're going to have a very bad time. And when I say scouting, I specifically mean looking at those building health numbers, seeing if they have building health, seeing if you can actually barrage out their engine room. And the reason why we barred out that engine room is it gets all of our troops going back in this neighborhood as opposed to down the front. We're going to get that shock out in there. All of our Seekers should, in theory, go in the blind spot of that top shock launcher, so we shouldn't need to shock it, and then we get a time of 3 minutes 23 seconds. So if you're new to 5 engine rooms attacking with Seekers. Like, I had a couple of you said, I've got 4 engine rooms, I'm pretty good with Seekers. The easiest way to deal with 5 engine rooms, did we win? Yes, we did. So we won by 26 seconds. Hooray. Is just BART out that engine room. If we get a 5, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But just that one that's directly across that all of your troops are going to go to, BART it out, and it makes the pathing so much easier. So not a lot to report in this video. I wanted to show you that iOS 18 works. I am super stoked about watchOS 11. It's got vitals and all sorts of cool stuff that they're stealing from other companies or innovating, however you want to look at it. And this is those bases. You see that they've only got 2 boom cannons. You can also see the shock mines peeking everywhere. And I suck at these bases. Like, I am just awful. They've got building health. They've got building damage. I am going to fizzle probably 99.9% likely. We're going to send 6 boats over this way. And just to try to give myself any sort of hope of not screwing this up, I'm going to get rid of this sky shield. I know that's silly and crazy, but I can now just throw a shock right there and then throw some critters there and then waiting. Yes, did I mention waiting? We're going to wait a little bit and then we're going to get these ones up this back wall and just hope that somehow we can sneak underneath that stuff with our other Seekers coming in from the back. And of course they've turned the corner, and that's exactly what happened. So that is a great example of where you could just flare bullet up there and he would sit there and taunt both the shock launchers and the microwave, and your troops would not die, and you can't deploy during a retreat. So lots and lots of fizzles by me. Thankfully, those kind of bases are being taken quite quickly by rocket choppas and also by laser rangers. So there are at least 3 very good metas. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause right there. Wanted to show you the lone bright spot in my rocket choppa attacks. Beating some Seeker players with this sort of strategy, you do need tick 3 flares for this. Sending 4 boats, yes, 4 boats of rocket choppas towards that back, getting some critters out and a shock out, probably overkill. And then 2 boats warriors over here, and then waiting for that flare to get a little bit lower, then 2 boats warriors over here, some critters to clear some mines, and getting all of our warrior dudes to just absolutely wreak havoc on those front 2 engine rooms. Super fun attack. This one is a lot of fun. Don't need to shock 2 flamethrowers. There used to be a cannon there, I promise. And then as that engine room at the front goes down and that one goes down, throwing the flare out onto that engine room, and then your actual warriors end up helping your rocket choppas stay alive, distracting that cannon there, throwing the flare out, and just emptying all of your barrels onto that final engine room. Kind of fun. Okay, let's jump into a quick little tech review. Everyone had agreed that they were going to go the bottom route. The bottom route was better, and then all of a sudden people started going upwards into heavies and things got very interesting. Game mode popping up showing that it's on, and critter launchers are where I've seen a bunch of players going, but it's going to be interesting to see. And speaking of, I'm going to explain this one more time. Speaking of misconceptions, when you open 6 engine rooms, you get that deck. It's not the number, it's this one right here. I guess I can probably say it more clear. When you open this engine room, you get this deck. How's that? When you open this engine room, you get this deck. It doesn't matter if that's your 7 or that's your 8. It's this one right here. That deck, that engine room. Same thing up top. When I'm totally over explaining now, mansplaining, boomsplaining. When you open that one, whether it's your 7th or your 8th, you get that one's deck. Hopefully that makes it super duper clear. I'm going to go back to just losing all my matches against all of the people. Hopefully your warships are going better. And I wanted to throw a special shout out here. If we have a look in the task force here, where are ya? Come on, scrolling, looking task force, where? Probably up in Diamond, I would guess. Mr. Orion went under the knife today, taking some surgery. Not sure if he'll be able to play Boom. It's on his arm. Anyway, so shout out to Orion. Hopefully you heal up soon. Hopefully you can finish the season off in great fashion as per usual. That's it for me though. Bit of a weird video. Nothing new, explaining some simple things and hoping that I can keep you guys from making the same mistakes that I have done. So that is all for me. I am ZMOT. Talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.